Hello everybody and welcome back to Digital Logic in Minecraft, or how to make a computer in Minecraft. Now, last time, I told you how to make another modular bit to your adder. And since then, I've made this, a 4-bit adder. Now, 4 bits are important because you can do a lot with 4 bits. Now, in order to understand bits, I'm preferring that you've watched the video. It goes 1, 2, 4, 8, as you know. So if I do, that's a 3, and I'll do 6. So now it is adding 3 plus 6. So if I go over here, you'll see that it is 8 plus 1. Yeah, it's 8 plus 1, which is correct, because that's 9, and it's, yeah. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is called an ALU, or Arithmetic Logic Unit, which is a key component of a CPU. Very important. Now, making one isn't that hard. You just need to add a few extra things to a 4-bit adder, and you have your ALU. Now, first of all, you have to get these displays somewhere more easy to get to. So, I'm going to be creating somewhere I can read the displays without the use of flight, because I would like to be able to see them without having to go super high in the air and squint my eyes to see what a sign says. And I'm assuming you would too. Let me turn on all these lights so I can do this a little easier. So I'm going to turn off all the B switches, turn on all the A switches, and now all of the sum is on. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm assuming it'll be like that for all of them. Alright, now I just need 2 and 1. In case it wasn't obvious, the first bit is always going to be the easiest to work on, as it requires pretty much no editing. You just kind of put a wire from it and it's already there. Oh. Now, here we have a more easily accessible wire space. So now let me get some lamps. And now time to label these, because, you know, it's a good idea. So I'm going to turn off all of them but one. And, yep, now I get some signs. And there we go. So now that's 1, 2, 4, and 8. I'm going to put some signs here just so you can better understand it. So now if I do 3, plus 4. And I come over here. You can see that that's 1 plus 2 plus 4, which doesn't actually help us, but it's still the computer turning a bunch of different 1s and 0s into a more compact 1 and 0. Now, the next thing is for the ALU, you're going to need subtraction. Now, the thing about that is in subtraction, there are negative numbers, which becomes a problem. So to solve that, we're going to be turning the highest bit into a negative number. So instead of having 8, it will be negative 8. And the reason you do the highest bit is because negative 8 plus 4, that would be negative 4, plus 2, that would be negative 2, and then plus 1 would be negative 1. Meaning if all of them are on, it is negative 1, and all are off, it is 0. Then you can turn the first one on, and it's 1. Which means our top number would be 7 instead of 8, but that's not really an issue, considering we'll be able to make more bits later. Now, to do this, first of all, we're going to need to make the B levers more accessible. So I will move this XOR out of the way, because we're going to need the space. Let the music stop pulling. There we go. So, we're going to have to make B more accessible. Now, the only problem is that's a bit rough. So, what I'm going to do is this, which should work, I believe. Now, to make sure we get the same signal, I'm going to be replacing that block with a repeater in all of these adders, including the first. Now, we have to bring these to the same place, which isn't too hard. I'll just put them over here. Fuck. Apologies. Alright. So it's 1, 0 put in. I might have to move this here. The old XOR. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of it because, you know, we have the new XOR, and that one's much more compact and easy to put down anywhere. There we go, good as new. That one's likely gonna need some repeaters in there, so. Yep. There we go. Oh, I forgot to do 2. Alright, cool. So now we got all of B lined up here. And A 1, 2, 4, 8. Now we just have to do that again for A. Only we also need to put Zors in front of A to make it accessible to another machine we have to make soon. But I'll probably do that off camera. Until then, see you guys in the next episode.